Good evening and welcome to the Board of Education meeting on Tuesday, May the 7th, 2019. Do we have any speakers tonight?
No.
No speakers? Okay, thank you. All right, we will go into the invocation by Mr. Clark. Good.
Everybody will stand, bow your heads. Lord, thank you so much for giving us this day to come together, to try to make wise decisions with the help of everybody in this community. We are truly appreciative of the opportunity to have these great schools and the great teachers, great administrators, great parents, and everybody who is part of this. Thank you so much for giving us these abilities to walk down this path, to make these incredible decisions. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen.
All right, thank you, Mr. Clark.
Tell them about the Pledge of Allegiance real quick.
Oh, we're not doing the pledge, we've already done the pledge.
We had a student do that earlier.
Yeah, unless.
That's our bad.
Yeah, unless you, we've already done that.
Yeah. We've got to amend the agenda a little bit tonight. The globally competitive student area 6.1, we need to amend, move to the June 11th meeting. If we could have a motion there.
I make the motion to move 6.1 to the next meeting.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I second.
All right, second. It's been moved and properly seconded to move this amendment to the June 11th meeting. All those in favor, raise their hand. Okay, so we will move 6.1 to the June 11th meeting. Thank you.
Neil,
All right.
Neil, can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve the amended agenda?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Motion to approve the amended agenda for that occasion for the June 11th time frame. Everybody who's in favor, say aye.
Mr. Vice, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as is,
As amended.
as amended.
Okay,
I'll
as amended.
second that.
All right. It's been moved and properly seconded and that we move that agenda, that date. All right. Now, we will go through the next area, which is
We need a vote.
going to be presented by Mr. Bottoms for the National Teacher Appreciation Day.
We still have to move it, stuff about it,
Oh, I thought we'd already just done that. Okay, my fault there. All right, all those in favor of the amended agenda as it stands, raise your right hand. Thank you. All right,
Information, because I've got to read it. I thought he was gonna read it.
the resolution 2.3, consider resolution recognizing Teacher Appreciation Week. Mr. Bottoms.
Yes, sir. We have a resolution. Whereas teachers mold future citizens through guidance and education, and whereas teachers encounter students of widely differing backgrounds, and whereas our country's future depends upon providing quality education to all students, and whereas teachers spend countless hours preparing lessons, evaluating progress, counseling and coaching students, and performing community service, and whereas our community recognizes and supports its teachers in educating the children of this community, now therefore be it resolved that the Carteret County Board of Education proclaims May 6 through 10, 2019 to be Teacher Appreciation Week, and be it further resolved that the Carteret County Board of Education strongly encourages all members of our community to join with it in personally expressing appreciation to our teachers for their dedication and devotion to their work. Adopted this day, May 7th, 2019.
Mr. Chairman, I ask for a motion to approve that.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the teacher appreciation?
So moved.
Okay, it's been moved. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, signify by raising the right hand. Okay, it's been moved and appropriately positioned to that for the recognition of Teacher Appreciation Week, May 6th through 2019. Okay, we have Appreciation Teacher Week. Now, we need to look at the next agenda. Consider approval of the meeting agenda. Do I hear motion?
Mr. Chairman, you have already done that.
Oh, I'm
but
sorry.
Where you are now is section 5.
Or 5-1, okay, I'm sorry.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Okay. All right, we have consent agenda on 5-2 and 5-3 and 5-4. Consider approval of board education meetings minutes from April 2nd, 2019. And consider personnel matters, consider student transfers, and consider school fundraising requests. Do I hear a motion to approve these areas?
Mr. Chair, I make the motion that we approve the entire consent agenda, so it's 5-1 through 5-11.
5-11, okay,
And I will second that.
okay. It's been moved and seconded that we approve 5-1 through 5-11
Just the consent agenda.
as the consent agenda. All those who are in favor of this, raise your right hand. All right, thank you. All right, we are now, let's see, up to, we delayed 6.1, so now we go to 6.2, consider community eligibility provision program. Ms. Melissa Albright, Child Nutrition Director.
Good. Hi, thanks for having me tonight. I appreciate it. I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Melissa Albright. I'm the new food service director, and I'm so excited to be part of this community. I'm originally from North Carolina, and I'm just really glad to be back. Wanted to start tonight with wanting to get approval for the community eligibility program, which serves all students free meals, breakfast and lunch, for the entire year. Due to the hurricane, our free and reduced numbers are high. And if we're ever going to even try to do it, now's the time. So we're looking to actually just do the middle and elementary schools. The high schools don't quite qualify, and I just don't think it's financially viable. So we, it starts with ISP, which is Identified Student Percentages. ISP is the only percentages that the state uses to calculate it. It is not based on parents that fill out applications. It's parents that qualify for SNAP and TANF and homeless and migrant. So the ones that fill out the applications, they're not considered in part of these percentages that the state uses. And based on the percentages is how we get reimbursed. So it takes 62.5% for us to be reimbursed for all meals at the free rate. Anything less than that, we get some percentage at the free rate and some at the paid rate. So in order for this to work, we have to increase participation. And what we're trying to do is provide mainly breakfast in the classroom, second chance breakfast, grab and go breakfast, because North Carolina kind of partners with No Kid Hungry, and it is it's an organization of chefs and community leaders, parents, lawmakers, with a shared belief that no kid in America should go hungry. It's proven that there's higher test scores, calmer classrooms, fewer trips to the nurse, stronger attendance and graduation rates, and it maximizes our country's future. So that's what we're looking to do, and it is so beneficial for students to get breakfast, and we do it for EOGs, and all we're wanting to do is for the whole school year. It should work the same way, and we would work with individual principals and schools to whatever works for that school is what we will do for the students. Is considered part of the instructional day as well, and our North Carolina superintendent sent out these flyers, and they're supposed to go to all parents this week. We just got them delivered, and he's saying that breakfast is the most important meal, and a healthy school breakfast is ever so important, and that we need to do all we can to make sure that the kids have access to it. So that's part of what we're trying to do is make sure that the kids have access to the meals, because he even says it's improved attendance, less tardiness, they pay attention longer, they do better at tests. So we want to serve them nutritious meals at no charge. We can do that as long as the schools are willing to work with us and to provide that service to them. And our mission is to graduate all students prepared to be productive citizens, and we want to be a part of that.
Absolutely.
And that's all I have.
What is it that West Craven is doing that we're not doing compared to, because they got all these awards recently for breakfast program and
They have started breakfast in the classroom for all students. They're doing what we're wanting to do. Mhm.
And how do they go about that? Do you
Uh,
have a-
It's piloting, they're piloting it now, and they are actually, preparing the meals, getting them ready, getting them to the classrooms. The teachers, check them off, the kids eat while they're doing the morning either announcements or, doing their morning, activities or work, and it seems to be working great. And like I said, with EOGs, it's proven that the test scores are higher. So we do it for EOGs, why don't we do it every day?
This is for everyone?
It's all middle and elementary schools,
Right.
yes.
And it doesn't put any more pressure or more responsibility on the teachers?
Well, they do have to, check off a roster when the
Right.
kids get a
What
meal.
about cleanup and things like that?
Well, we'll have, trash cans there, and, the janitors, it hasn't been an issue during EOG week.
Okay.
So I'm just assuming that whatever we've been doing, we can continue to do. But we would work with anybody, any department, whatever we need to do to make it work.
And this is not for eternity. It is a set length of time that you have to requalify.
Mhm.
And right now, because of where we are with the hurricane, we qualify right now, which gives us, is it 5 years?
I believe it's 4.
4 years?
4.
Then we have to requalify, and it's a chance after that we may not requalify. But we want to take advantage of this one opportunity when we have so many homeless kids that we do qualify, and so now all of our kids will take advantage of it.
But if it increases drastically, we will continue to qualify,
Mhm.
regardless of what the, percentages are.
Mhm.
But this is our window.
It is.
so we've got ACT this year.
Yes. Yes, after this year, we probably won't be able to do it.
But it'll start when we come back in August?
It will,
Yeah.
and we can, roll it for 4 years. Yes. Any other questions?
No, but it is nice to see a face behind the name.
Oh,
Welcome.
thank you.
Yes.
It's nice to meet
Yes,
you too.
Nice to meet you, Melissa.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I like your name.
I know, yours.
Oh, thank you.
Do I hear a motion that we approve this for,
I'll make the motion to approve.
I will second that emotion. Not motion, sorry about
We're
that.
getting all emotional, feeding our kids.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Smokey Robinson going on there.
okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the Community Eligibility Provision Program as presented. All in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, then moved and properly seconded and voted on as we will move to approve this community eligibility program starting for next school year.
Motion passes.
And motion passes, thank you. Alright, we go to the 6.3, consider policy revision for second reading, Mr. Blair Prost.
Good evening, board. I don't have a whole lot for you tonight. These are second read policies. Again, all these policies come from a update packet that we received. It was entitled Fall of 2018. Again, with what I say every time, it seems like these are revisions that are given to us by the School Board Association that either follow law that has been previously passed, or board policies, state board policies, or regulations that's passed down from the state or federal level. So there were no changes to the policies since the first read, so I don't really have any updates for you, and there they are. So entertain them, them to be approved, if you will, please.
So,
Mr.
is-
Vice, I
Go
have a
ahead.
question.
Go ahead, I was gonna ask a question on licensure.
Sure.
Are you saying that locally, no school system's gonna be able to hire nobody under, provisional certificates like the old program used to be?
Are you talking about lateral entry?
Lateral entry, yes.
Yes, lateral entry is gone. It has been removed and replaced by a additional license called residency license. Residency license has a little twist to it. It's similar to lateral in the fact that you don't have a teaching degree, you have a degree in some other field, but now that you have to be qualified, you have to enroll with I can't remember the name of the acronym they're using, but essentially it's a college ahead of time. Have to be approved by that college, enrolled in that college, take the college courses. So it's got a little twist to it in regards to the difference between lateral entry. So lateral entry is gone. It's been replaced by a residency model.
Okay, so that means as long as they are enrolled taking educational classes, they're okay. Is that what you're saying?
There's some qualifying factors that go along with it, but yes, essentially it is, you got to be enrolled in a system that's been approved by the state.
Okay. All right, is there a motion to approve the second reading as presented?
Mr. Vice, I move to approve the policy revisions for second reading as presented.
Okay, it's been moved that we approve the policy for second reading. Do I hear a second?
I got the second.
Okay, second. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, it's been moved and approved and passed.
Thank you very much.
All right, Area 7, Government and Support of 21st Century Systems. Consider revision of 2019-20 proposed local budget. Mr. Bottoms.
Yes, sir. Last month you approved our budget proposal for next year. Shortly after that approval, Kathy Carswell, in going through the books, found an error. And essentially what happened in the early college budget, year one in round figures was going to cost about $186,000, and year two was going to cost about $246,000. However, it wasn't $246,000 more. That was the total budget. So we already had $180,000 in our budget. $186,000 was in the budget. So we really only needed to add $60,000 to that to get year two's budget. So it was just an oversight on that part. So in precise numbers, the budget item read $245,958. It should have read $59,600. And so that oversight made a reduction in our budget of $186,000. We have gone through and found areas that we will have to reduce to compensate for that, because we do operate on a balanced budget. So when we took that $186,000 out of that particular item, it didn't exist, so it had to come out of somewhere else. And so we are looking now to lower that request, and we found what we think is reasonable areas to do that. And we will present that budget to the commissioners on May 20th if you approve of that tonight.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bottoms. Do I hear a motion to approve the revised 2019-2020 proposed local budget as presented?
I make the motion to approve the revised budget.
Okay, been approved, right, do I hear a second?
A second.
All right, have a second. All those in favor of the proposed revised, addition, raise your right hand. It has been approved and passed. All right, thank you. All right, 7.2, consider budget revision number 7. Ms. Carswell.
Good evening. Budget revision number 7 consists of, the first portion is the state portion. And the first item there is the state is reverting $253,383. And this is due to a reduction in ADM. This mainly was caused because of the hurricane. The state projects their ADM at the beginning of the year. Our projection was 8313, and we fell at least 100 or more below that ADM, and therefore the state is taking back. They take back half. They don't take back the whole amount, but they take back half of the difference in our ADM and what they projected. The second item is due to lapsed salary in the CTE area. We're transferring 4.4 months of employment to the supplies category. The third item is appropriating funds to the EC budget for a group/foster home, and this was for one student for 6 months. And we're appropriating funds in the next category for funds that we received for loss of food due to Hurricane Florence. The state is giving us $110,000. The final category in the state is appropriate funds for the summer reading camp in the amount of $146,876 for a total state amended of $547,112. On the federal section, we're appropriating an additional $951 that we received for the ECIDEA. The next category is appropriating funds to the appropriate schools for the targeted support and improvement in an amount of $110,000. So that is the total federal amendment. On the special revenue, we received $5,000 donation from the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, and we received $92,690 from flood insurance, and let's appropriate those two amounts. The next category, we also received another donation. It was from Curtis Chevrolet for East Carteret for their athletic renovation in the amount of $30,402.41. The next special revenue item is appropriate additional technology fees received. And then the final special revenue fund amendment is to appropriate fees received from students for the Mast Early College General Fund of the amount of $170 for a total special revenue fund adjustment of $130,144.78. Anyone have any questions?
Now those donations, so we still have to report them, correct?
Yes, you have to report them on your books, yes.
As far as, the way the state looks at it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And the flood, do we anticipate any more in those areas for the
We're
FEMA?
still working on FEMA and other areas. We've, the final numbers have been approved for 8 million, I think it's 8,100,000 from FEMA. 75% of that will come from FEMA, 25% of that will come from the state. and we have the final approval on that amount. And that's, majority of that is the mold and remediation.
Any other questions, board members? All right, we need a motion to approve the budget revision number 7 as presented.
Mr. Vice, I move to approve the budget revision number 7 as presented.
Okay, thank you, and do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and approved that we, the budget revision for number 7 as presented and seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand.
Thank you.
So, motion to approve budget revision number 7 has passed. All right, 8.1, we have information regarding the 4-year appointments to the Carteret Community College Board of Trustees. As you are aware, the Carteret County Board of Education is responsible for appointing 4 people to the Carteret Community College Board of Trustees. These are 4-year appointments. Following individuals right now are currently serving on the Carteret County Board of Trustees as Board of Education appointments. William Henderson, term to expire June 30th, 2019. Catherine Parker, term to expire June 30th, 2021. Dr. Matt Zettel, term to expire June 30th, 2022. And Terry Frank, term to expire June the 30th, 2020. The Board of Education will be asked at its June 11th, 2019 meeting to appoint a person for the term that ends June 30th, 2019. The Board of Education will follow the procedure of advertising. For that reason, I'm announcing tonight at the May 7th, 2019 Board of Education meeting that letters of interest are due by Wednesday, May the 22nd, 2019. So those people who are interested will need to give a letter of interest and send it to the Board of Education. All right, subject 8.2, receive facility support operations update. Mr. Bottoms.
Thank you, sir. The repairs continue with our maintenance department. As you saw in your in the budget, or in the agenda, the Atlantic, we've got camera scheduled. There's fencing going up in several schools. Beaufort Middle, as mentioned earlier, their cameras are getting in place. So we're, as our school year is wound down, so has our projects. Kenny has brought all of those seemingly under budget or at budget, right there where he had predicted they would be. And so we're very happy with that part of it, that we've been able to do it, almost $2 million worth of projects and keep them within the budget. If I might roll over to the hurricane repairs, as Kathy mentioned, FEMA has given around $8.1 or $8.2 million. That basically is the mold and mildew mitigation. We are still in the process of working with FEMA. It's not over. Keith Moretti continues to work with the FEMA agents for roofs at Moorhead Middle, the roof at Croatan. We have roof repairs at Newport Middle. All of those are underway, and FEMA or insurance is being asked to compensate us for those. And as Terry Brett mentioned, the modular units that the hurricane twisted and riddled with mold and mildew, those old units have been removed. The new units are under construction at this time to be delivered this summer. And we have a place there that's been designated to put those where they'll be convenient to the building. So we think we're in pretty good shape as far as that goes with our hurricane repairs. Keith Moretti continues to work long hours dealing with FEMA. It is a slow process when you're dealing with the federal government and some of the red tape. If I might roll on to the superintendent's report, I do want to thank our employees of the year banquet people who put all that together, and a lot of that was Sarah Bulla and Tabby and Craig Everett. They did a huge job. We had a lot of sponsors that helped make that evening or that afternoon special. You know, our employees walk away with some money as a token of our appreciation, and of course we fed everyone for free as well. So Neil Whitford with his law firm was one of the donors, Curtis Chevrolet, Plain Janes, Tim Hudson Painting, Dr. Mary Catherine Lawrence, and North Carolina Farm Bureau was a huge donor as far as the meal goes. So we do congratulate or thank those people. I'd like to congratulate our employees of the year and actually recognize them now. Amanda Waltrip was from Croatan High School. She was our classified employee of the year. Sarah Scholler from Beaufort Middle, a school counselor, was our certified employee of the year. Jay Westbrook, an assistant principal at Croatan, was our assistant principal of the year. Jody McClenny, the principal at Newport Elementary, was the principal of the year. And Lindsay Howell, a social studies teacher at West Carteret, was our teacher of the year. So congratulations to all 5 of those and to all of our nominees. State testing is getting ready to start. It was just a few weeks away, and it will have come and gone by the time we have our next board meeting. So we are confident that our teachers and students are ready for that, and we're looking forward to the results. The hurricane has made an impact. We've seen that with our first semester scores with our high schools. They had a shortened 15 days, and it showed, as it should. It takes every minute to educate our kids, and so we needed those, but our second semester will certainly be a turnaround. I did mention earlier about the commissioners meeting on Monday, May 20th. That's when we present our budget at 6 o'clock to the commissioners. We will answer their questions and make sure that they're very comfortable with our presentation. Ms. Wheatley could not be here tonight, but it is her birthday, so we wish her a happy birthday in her absence, and maybe that's where she is, having a good time. She's actually at work.
She's at work.
She's out of town. So, and since this is our last meeting before our dismissal of school for the summer, I do. It seems very premature, but I do want to wish our students a safe summer, and our teachers a relaxing summer. And we'll look forward to next year and having a much more calm and relaxing year, and be able to enjoy teaching that much more. Mr. Vice Chair, that is my report.
Thank you, Mr. Bottoms. We will now go to receive comments from board members.
Okay, you go first. All right. That's right. Catherine, would you like to go first?
Yeah.
No matter.
I want to congratulate all the Carteret County teachers and staff of the year, and I want to thank all the staff that makes our children's lives better every day. You do a wonderful job. I've got 2 kids in the school system, so thank you all very much. Good luck to all the teams that are playing games tonight in the state playoffs. We have a lot of great athletes walking the halls of our high schools. I also want to say good luck with upcoming testing. I'll be out there proctoring a couple of mornings, and I encourage others to help their schools finding proctors and coming out and helping their schools. So that's it for tonight.
Thank you, Catherine. I also want to thank all the teachers, and it's great that this is Teacher Appreciation Week. I've had the opportunity, sometimes I get the opportunity to speak with the principals or the teachers, and this week I had some communication with Anna Brooks, and she sort of opened my eyes a little bit. Sometimes we look at teachers as they're in the classroom and they teach our kids and that's it. But the things they do, to put it in perspective outside of the classroom, I mean, it's amazing. And she noted some of these things, and I just wanted to, at Moorhead Elementary School, 3 students from the math club participated in the state math fair. 2 of them came in second, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, and one of them was a honorable mention for Eastern NC, and these are teachers outside, not teaching. These are math clubs. The Moorhead Elementary School ROV team won first place in one of the divisions. And then last week, all of the 5th grade math teachers spent the week at the North Carolina Center for the Advancement of Teaching, and this is a lot here, but they learn how to become better math teachers, basically, which is incredible. You're going outside the box and learning to make our kids better. So I'm truly appreciative of what all the principals and teachers are doing. This is just, showcasing one particular school. I also want to, Moorhead Middle School, since I've got a very vested interest right now with 2 kids there, to Adam Olander's knowledge, no other 6th grader in the history of Moorhead Middle School, and he said he could be wrong, has ever been selected to the summer program at the North Carolina School of Science and Math. So Carolina Johnson, to his knowledge, is the first one to ever be selected, which is pretty impressive. Do you know of any 6th graders? Might be the first one in the county. You ought to write an article about that. That would be fantastic. But Carolina Johnson at Moorhead Middle School. And also, the National Junior Honor Society inductees were held last week, I believe, and they've raised the standards on this for the middle schoolers, and it is extremely hard to get in. So, congratulations to all the National Junior Honor Society inductees. Very proud of them. It's something to strive for, and it's a great honor. And again, I from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate everything everybody does. So, pass that on.
Okay. I want to thank the PAC chairs and principals who spoke tonight. Always enjoy what you have to say, from everything from Amy Nelson's concerns to Newport Elementary giving us a little vignette of a personal experience tonight of an EC teacher helping a young student participate in Field Day. Those are always wonderful visuals for us because we get to hear a lot of things, but hearing about day-to-day schools is everything. So thank you so much for your time. Also wanted to thank Craig Everett, not just for what he always does behind the scenes when it comes to supporting our teachers, along with Tabby and Sarah, putting on the Teacher Appreciation Luncheon. But also, he always sends us a monthly musical highlight calendar, and that is key and instrumental to us to help us in our busy schedules and anyone to realize that we've got some really talented young people out there, and there's always opportunity, and I welcome the public to log in and look at those and attend some of those to support our staff and to have a great evening free of charge usually. So thank you for that. But also I want to shout out for Teacher Appreciation Week. Matt's already done a nice job of highlighting exactly who won what, but a personal experience, Miss Lindsay Howe, who was the Teacher of the Year, she was my daughter Elsa's AP History teacher, and she was fantastic. We know that our teachers are dual-hatted, triple-hatted, quadruple-hatted. She also coached the women's basketball team, which my daughter played on, and then helped infuse her AP History students with a project that they ended up presenting and starting the Patriots Memorial Garden, which is near and dear to my heart, at West Carteret. So all those who have served in our military, and this is pretty tough, and those who have lost their lives, we had a really special inaugural breaking ground there where we tied yellow ribbons on the tree for all the Carteret County members who have given their lives in service. So thanks to her for infusing that. But just one more highlight again, to the teachers. We're all sitting here because some teacher found some spark in us and set it on fire. But I really want to thank the teachers because I truly believe that we do not reach our potential until we are challenged. And it's the teacher that we all feared. We didn't want their class. We did not think that we could handle their class, but somehow, some way, we rose to the occasion. So I really want to reach out to the ones who were the toughest on me and thank them for making me, the diamond in the rough, because they challenged me. All right, and yeah, if we don't see each other before everyone leaves, everyone be safe, and I'm looking forward to these graduations. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, first to say thanks to all the advisory council people who came tonight, the principals who also showed up. Thank you for all that you do. Sounds like some of those schools on field trips, man, that sounded really interesting. Some are going to Washington, D.C., and some are going to Myrtle Beach and all those nice places. So it sounds really good, and I hope that the kids enjoy it. I also want to say congratulations to the playoff teams some are playing tonight and some are going to be playing Friday, I guess, because of the time off that they earned. State testing, good luck on all state testing. I hope everybody studies and prepares for that. Congratulations to Employees of the Year. Great job there. Also, all teachers, Teachers of the Week, you do a great job. We couldn't do this job without you. And so you are to be commended for everything you do as a teacher out there, dealing with the day-to-day things that go on in the schools and all. You know, we need good people like that all the time. So great job, teachers. And I want to say congratulations to appreciate Farm Bureau doing the banquet for the teachers of the year, and of course to Curtis Chevrolet for providing the teacher of the year with a car for the 12-month period that she will be operating that vehicle and be able to drive it. So with that in mind, we appreciate, like I said, all that you do. Mr. Superintendent, we appreciate all that you carry out and do to make sure our facilities are in turn. Mr. Kenny, I see you back there. Great job you always do for us. We're getting the facilities ready so that we can operate and manage every day. Basically, like I said, I appreciate all that we do and everybody else that makes this. And if you can proctor, find volunteers, please help go out and proctor at those schools. They need proctors all the time for that situation. Next regular scheduled Board of Education meeting will take place on Tuesday, June the 11th, 2019 at 6 p.m. Without further ado, do I hear a motion to adjourn until June the 11th, 2019?
So moved.
It's been moved. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Moved and properly seconded that we adjourn the meeting. All those in favor, signify by raising their right hand. Motion has passed. Thank you for being here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you again on June the 11th. I forgot to do the gavel. Still getting used to that.